Welcome to Masters of Product Management, a show that gives you real-world techniques and cutting-edge strategies to learn, apply, and succeed in product management. Now, here's the master himself, Stephen Haines.
Welcome back, everyone. This week, I've been delivering a Product Management Essentials workshop to a great team at Watlow Electric in St. Louis. Mark Lehmann, he leads the product management function at Watlow and has implemented, in my mind, some really, really effective practices. And to me, that has elevated product management in his company. So Mark is with me today. I'm actually on site, and he's agreed to share some of Watlow's great product management practices. And so I'd like to welcome you, Mark. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Stephen. Doing well, thank you.
I'm really good. Anyway, so from what I can tell, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Really fantastic job. I'm really impressed with a lot of the things you're doing in what we look at as continuously improving product management in the company. Is there something you can comment on and share some of these best practices for our listeners?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Stephen, and sure I can comment on that. I think we've been working hard at it over the course of the last 3 years, and I would say that initially product management wasn't well understood or embraced by the executive team at Watlow. So it all started with just really understanding the potential that the product management function can bring to the organization and helping to educate the executive team, gaining support there, and then from there building my team so we had the right business leaders on the team and really getting the foundation established from there. We realized at that time our product strategies were not very sharp, so we went to work around our product planning process. We put a foundation in place and a kind of a structure around our product planning process, and then developed product strategies, many of which pointed back to the need to fix some of our core legacy products. So spent a lot of time on pricing strategies and going back after optimization of our pricing model, if you will, to capitalize on margins. Spent a lot of time on product rationalization. So we've been going through a 80-20 process where we're looking at the mix of our products and our customers and how do we essentially free up some of our capacity, change the mix, and start to allocate our resources to support the products that we think are ultimately going to drive the profitability and the growth of the business. Most recently, our focus has been around the commercialization effort. How do we optimize our commercialization? We utilize lean product development, trying to move toward a more agile type of environment with rapid cycles of learning. And so, the continuous improvement, it never stops. It's continuing.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's interesting when you talked a little bit about how you presented this idea about product management improvement to the executives. Mm-hmm. Do you think there was any reluctance on their part? Did they say, just prove it to me first and then we'll give you some more resources or money? What do you think led to your success in garnering their support?
Yeah, I think there was definitely reluctance because I think we had attempted to do this in the past and it wasn't successful. I think partially because perhaps we didn't have the right leaders in place and we didn't have very clear strategy. But I think the thing that probably tipped the scales was just helping them really understand the total value of having product management, evaluating our overall product portfolio, looking at a couple of examples of cases where we could just pull certain levers around the pricing or through the rationalization and showing them real numbers of what could really happen. So,
yeah, of course. The numbers always matter, right?
Yeah.
And that actually leads me to the other topic I wanted to talk about. We were doing an exercise. We were developing a product dashboard and we were talking extensively about the power of business intelligence or business intelligence with respect to things like managing product and product performance. Is it possible for you to share with our listeners some of the work that you're doing to give your product managers the visibility they need to better manage those products?
Yeah, absolutely. This is critical as a product manager. We want to deliver the data, deliver the information to the product managers, make it very, very easy. It started as what we call a data warehouse where the product managers would essentially go in and they could query information and do a bunch of pivot tables, and they would have to extract that and analyze a lot of the raw data.
It's pretty manual, isn't it?
It was very, very manual, and guys were getting very good at managing a lot of Excel data, voluminous amounts of data in these files. Well, more recently, we're moving toward, cloud-based analytical tools, where we can take a variety of different databases, right? So information resides in different locations, and then we can extract that and bring it into an analytical tool to create these visual dashboards. And we're not there yet. We're still evolving. But many of the dashboards recently, like we've got 1 million lines of data, about 4 years worth of history.
Goodness, yeah.
And essentially I can click on a variety of different filters in this analytical tool and extract various views within seconds down to an account level for a product family by an industry. And it's very, very powerful.
You're listening to Masters of Product Management with Stephen Haines from Sequent Learning Networks, sequentlearning.com.
I think that data visualization is really critical, and also the speed with which data comes in and can be accessed really gives the PMs the visibility necessary to make better decisions in a more timely way.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily give you the answers, but it definitely gives you the opportunity to make better decisions.
And also, it really reminds me that when companies are moving to more iterative or agile development techniques, that the more immediate feedback on performance is critical to success. But hand in hand with that is this topic of the cross-functional product team. And you guys, I mean, you work together well. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of camaraderie. But what do you see as the benefit of using a cross-functional product team?
Yeah, it's a highly collaborative environment here.
It certainly is.
I think the biggest value is really that when you bring a cross-functional team together, everyone brings different perspective. And we always like to honor the voice of, each team member, because they do, in fact, bring a unique perspective, and we can openly challenge one another and hopefully manage trade-offs throughout the development process more effectively by taking those views into perspective. So we're doing a lot to try to create that kind of a culture, that sort of an environment, using a lot of collaboration tools right now, using a lot more data so that everybody has access to the information and the data real time, so that, they're able to analyze it, more eyes looking at the data, more, we see things. We talked about the refrigerator. I forget what you referred to it as, some people could look into the refrigerator. Blindness. Refrigerator blindness. One person looks at the data, doesn't see something, it might pop out and be very obvious to someone else. And so,
And it's apparent to me that those specialties really working together, looking at that and bringing those perspectives, back to the team and having a common view. And interestingly enough, when it comes to re-strategizing, which it sounds like you're doing a great job of that as well, channeling back all of that information back into the team allows them to collaborate more effectively on creating some of those strategies.
Right. We have an environment here where we also are organized by business units. So we have we're kind of organized around vertical markets. Product management is a function that has to cut across all of those vertical markets. So it's absolutely critical that we have the right business leaders that are able to synthesize information coming in from all of those, being able to collaborate, form strategic relationships, and really manage across the entire business, helping to pull all of those inputs and that data together and condense it down into very clear strategies and direction for the business. So,
that's terrific. Yeah. That's terrific. Well, this is great. I really, really appreciate that, you've taken the time to share this with me on site in your company. And in terms of me summing up, most of you know that, the function of product management in any company is really a work in progress. All of you out there really understand this. I'm incredibly inspired, when I work with people and teams who are really focusing on the continuous improvement of product management. And I hope you'll agree and that you'll tune in next time on Masters of Product Management. See you next time.
This has been Masters of Product Management with Stephen Haines, but it doesn't end there. Just visit sequentbusiness.net to gain access to all of our shows and subscribe. That way you'll never miss an episode. It's all there at sequentbusiness.net. We'll talk to you next time on Masters of Product Management. learn, apply, and succeed. SequentLearning.com.